Welcome back. Week 4 here. I'm Jason Gilbo at Fantasy Football Cafe. Taking a look at some Survivor Pool, Survivor League breakdown here. Taking a look at the games, going one by one. Much better week last week. Wasn't as crazy as week 2, so if you bounce back in, you should have been good to go. Starting off with the Thursday night game, Ravens Steelers. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. People have the Ravens maybe sneaking away a little bit. With Big Ben out, but you know what? Michael Vick, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Steelers at home. I'm not banking on the favorites. I think Vegas has Baltimore favored, but I'm not buying into that one. I'm also staying away from that one. I'm not putting any stakes in that one there. Moving towards Sunday, Jaguars Colts. Indy opening up as 10-point favorites here, 48 over under. Should be a high scoring game. Looking at the Jags to get a lot of garbage time points for your fantasy teams, but give me the Colts easily with that one. Andrew Luck a little bit banged up, but said he's good to go. Jaguars defense has been pretty poor over the first couple of games there. I like the Colts at home going forward in this one. Jets Dolphins. That game's over in London, Wembley Stadium. I'm not taking any action in that one just due to the nature of the game being in Wembley, as well as both teams kind of being a toss-up. Jets are favored by a point, but it's a toss-up either way. Looking at Giants-Bills, give me the Bills at home against the Giants. Giants defense is no good. Tyrod Taylor is clicking right now. LaShawn McCoy is out, but that really doesn't matter because Carlos Williams has been the guy who's thriving in the backfield so far. And Sammy Watkins, although he is possibly out too, Bills' passing game still looks pretty solid. And I think just, Bills defense at home against a turnover-prone Giants offense, they're 5.5-point favorites. Give me the Bills with this one. Looking at Panthers-Bucks, I'll take the Panthers on the road. Cam Newton playing pretty well. Him and Olsen teaming up for a pretty good passing game. Panthers defense is pretty stout. Just traded for Jared Allen. I like that move a lot. So Panthers, that's an easy W right there. Eagles-Redskins, this one kind of took a turn a little bit because I did have the Eagles as a pretty good favorite. But you know what? The game actually looked like it could be hit pretty hard by a hurricane, tropical storm, whatever you want to call it, rolling into that area, which could be this weekend. So that's an interesting turn for this game. But so I'm staying away. But if you had to take anything, if anything shifts, it's the Eagles easily. Raiders-Bears. Raiders favorites on the road by 3 points. You got to like the Raiders here. Jay Cutler not looking like he's ready to be back this week. And you also got to take a look at Derek Carr, Latavius Murray, Cooper there. They're all clicking right now, and they're facing a bad Bears defense. Really like them a lot this week. Texans-Falcons. Falcons favored by a touchdown here at home against Houston. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, you have Freeman, who had a really nice week. Falcons, easy W there. Chiefs-Bengals, that's one I'm staying away from. Even though the Bengals are 3-0 at home, I'd rather get the Bengals out of the way against a lesser team. Chiefs are still a decent team. Only 4-point favorites there on the road, or at home, with Cincinnati. Not a big fan of that game. Chargers-Browns, give me the Chargers. They're my favorite team of this week because I don't think the Chargers are actually that great. So I'd rather get them out of the way here. 9-point favorites at home against the Browns, led by Josh McCown. Chargers defense isn't great, but any Browns offense is going to make a defense look good there. So that's an easy pick. They're my favorite ones, just because you probably haven't used them. You're probably not going to use them too often moving forward. So I definitely like the move there. Packers-Niners. That's an easy one. Packers, 9.5-point favorites. Colin Kaepernick's been awful. Defense has been awful. Packers gonna just march their way into San Francisco and come out with the W. Kicking up with the later games, Rams, Cardinals. Cardinals look actually just about as good as the Packers do, and that's odd to say, but they look very complete. The defense is clicking. Carson Palmer's clicking. That offense is just rolling right now. They're at home against a bad Rams team. Who have Todd Gurley back, but not at a full workload. The defense hasn't looked great. That was supposed to be one of their strong points. And Foles just not built to keep up in a passing game, which is likely to be. So give me the Cardinals if you haven't used them. They've definitely come in as one of the top options there. Broncos Vikings. Broncos 7-point favorites. If you want to go ahead and play it safe, Broncos are an easy call this week. Saints Cowboys. Tony Romo, Drew Brees out. Although Brees was working today, I guess he had a pretty decent practice, kind of limited throwing the ball, but likely going to be out. That one I don't even want any action in. Vegas doesn't even have anything listed yet. I'll pass on that one. Wrapping up with Lions and Seahawks. Seahawks 10.5-point favorites. The Lions offense just looks dysfunctional. Heading into Seattle, tough place to play. They just don't know what they're doing most plays. They're playing it safe, dink and dunk. Seahawks defense should feast on Stafford. You also got to like the Seahawks offense there, even if Marshawn Lynch is out against Lions defense. It hasn't been great. They've been average at best. So give me them. If you want to use them, get them out of the way. You can. But looking overall, Chargers are my favorite pick. You also got to like the Falcons. And, even the Raiders being a risky pick because, you can't trust the Raiders, but the matchup looks pretty good. So those are my picks for week 4, and good luck.